In the past 6 years, I've spent well over 20 million euros on Google Ads, and I've worked personally with more than 150 e-commerce brands, scaling them at every budget. So in this video, I will explain you step by step the simple Google Ads strategy that works at every level for your e-commerce store. In fact, we recently used this strategy to scale one client from 0 to 63,000 euros in revenue while he was just starting out on 20 euros ad spend a day. And we scaled another client from 0 to over 200,000 euros in revenue from just Google Ads alone in a few months following the same strategy. So if you run an e-commerce store, I'm about to give you a full mini masterclass on how you can start your very first Google Ads, even if you're just starting out on a lower budget. So before we dive in my screen share, I'm first going to explain what kind of campaign structure we are going to use it, why this is the most best way of working, and actually how it works that I'm going to show you step by step in my screen. So the campaign type we are going to implement today is called Performance Max. Performance Max is a very powerful campaign inside the Google Ads Manager that contains multiple placements at the same time. This campaign type is actually being pushed by Google, so it gives you the most return of ad spend as soon as possible, especially early in your Google Ads journey. So now that we got that covered, it's time to jump inside my screen so I can show you exactly how the campaign is built. So here we are in one brand new ad account that we didn't even start yet. The spend is 0 and we are going to start on a tiny budget as promised. The very first thing is to press here on the left side, create. Then we are going to create a campaign, and this is actually the first step. So what we are looking at is the campaign objective. Because we are talking about a Google Ads for e-commerce, we want to select sales. We are going for sales because we are an e-commerce store. Here you can see that we already got the conversion implemented. So when there is a sale from Google Ads inside the Shopify store, it will be automatically redirected back, so the pixel from Google Ads will learn from it. So you press continue. Here we are looking at the different campaign types that we are offering. In the introduction, I said already that we go for Performance Max campaign, and the reason why is that Google is pushing this campaign type because it gives the best results at the earliest time of being. It's also included with AI to give you even more sales and learn from your audience as soon as possible when you are spending some money on Google Ads. So what you want to do is select the right merchant center as of here, and then you want to give this campaign type a name. So I always put my signature RTM. Then I press PMax, so we know this is a PMax campaign. Then I press all products, so we know that this is for all products. And then I actually implement conversion maximize. That's the bidding objective that we are going to select. And then last one, I'm going to implement the date of today, or you can do that like that. So then we hit just continue. And now we are in the bidding objection. So inside Google Ads, there are multiple ways how you can bid and get actually sales from this platform. But since we just started out on a tiny budget, I would highly recommend to press this one to conversion and not the standard conversion value. The reason that we want to do this is because Google actually don't know what a conversion value means in your case, because we start from scratch, right? That's only possible after we generate, for example, more than 50 sales. But as of we are just starting right now, we go for maximum conversions. Then you press next. Here we make sure that we select the right country for where you want to sell. So in this case, this brand is going to sell in the Netherlands. We deselect all languages because Google is very smart and know exactly how to target the right people. So you never need to select any language as of right here. Regarding the EU political ads, no, we don't run any campaigns regarding that, and we don't plan to do this. The reason why is because we are an e-commerce store, right? So then we press next. In this case, actually, Google wants us to implement everything with AI, but I would highly recommend to do not like that, because the reason why the Performance Max contains multiple placements, but we don't want to leverage. We only want to leverage the shopping output. So in this case, you scroll all the way down and you press skip. Now you need to change this title to products. And here I need to call out a very big misconception and a mistake that many e-commerce stores are making. Google is asking you a lot of things right here for titles, descriptions, images, and even videos. But because we are an e-commerce store, we leverage the most sales out of the shopping row all the way on the top in the Google search platform when people are actually looking for products. So the moment you are going to implement titles, headline, and videos and other things, you leverage the other placements. But around 80 to 85% of all sales come from the shopping placement. So we leave everything that Google is asking here completely empty. So we only focus on the 85% of the actual profit we are going to make from the Google Ads platform, ignoring the other stuff. So we don't want to advertise on display ads, YouTube ads, or search ads right now, because the lowest hanging fruit is always on top of the shopping row. So now we scroll all the way down to the bottom, ignoring everything what they say, and we just press next. So what we are looking at right here is actually the budget selection. As this video is called a Google Ads strategy for every budget, it's totally up to you what you can select here. But I would highly recommend to try to go between 20 and 30 euros per day, for example, because the reason why is at the early stage we are gonna drive clicks and conversions from the campaign we are creating together here. At the moment we know exactly what products you are selling in your store. We can optimize down the line for giving these products more ad spend, so you can generate more revenue and profits, right? It's important that the conversion is going to optimize alongside the sales you make on your Shopify website. So try to select a bit of higher budget, 20 to 30 euros. But if you have a real tiny budget, you can also go for between 10 and 15 euros, for example. So in this case, I will do 15 euros and then I will just press next. So now the very last step is to actually check if we implemented all settings correctly. So we scroll all the way down. We see that we followed everything. So the last push we need to do is publish campaign. And because we already installed the Merchant Center and the Google Ads tracking, we can do a few more important selections. So when you go here on the left side to campaign, we will go to the campaign that we just created, because there are a few important settings you need to change actually that Google is not giving you in the initial campaign setup. So this is the campaign we just created together, as you can see for the name. For the feed, you need to select the right feed, right? So as I just select in the campaign settings, we are going to sell in the Netherlands. So therefore you select Netherlands in the feed right here and just press save. And then you scroll all the way down to locations. So in the initial setup, we were able to select the country that we want to target, but we were not able to select if people are just present or also interested in this country, because people that are interested might want to travel there, but these are not the people that are gonna buy from your e-commerce website. So we need to make sure here to always press presence. So these are the people that are actually living in this country and they are ready to buy when they search for a product, and they are not intentionally like looking for things in the travel sector, for example, because these people will not convert and bring you not a good investment from the Google Ads platform. So look, you can take actually what I just showed you and try it all by yourself. But what I find is that most e-commerce store owners will hit the same wall during this process. You invest money in Google Ads campaigns, but you are not sure where your money actually is being spent. You need to have your Merchant Center feed connected and optimized to get the best results. And you need accurate data tracking to make sure you make the right decisions at the right time. So if that sounds familiar, make sure to click on the link in the description to book your free Google Ads performance audit for your e-commerce website. We will open up your Google Ads account. We will make sure that your Merchant Center is connected well and optimized, and we will double check if your tracking is super accurate. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to click the link below. But either way, I hope you got value out of this video, and make sure to watch the recommendation video after this, where I show you exactly how you can integrate Google Analytics to your Shopify store to leverage even more data from the Google Ads campaigns you have just created. I see you there.